Hey everyone, welcome to Ask Miss Bell. Welcome to part 2 to the story of my journey. I hope you enjoyed this video, and so let's get back to this video. Advice to those who are in corporate and are looking to get up there. I think the youth has a little bit of a different work ethic, and probably navigating that space is not the easiest in terms of how to figure out where we want to go. I do feel the younger crowd, younger generation has a hard time adapting to the hard work ethic. And I see nothing wrong with the work ethic. I mean, in terms of where we are and how we incorporate and want work and life balance to look like, I think it empowered us all to change and to finally have a voice as an employee. So, for me at that time, that wasn't the case. So I still had to go into the more old school kind of work ethic that we had. You really had to work hard and really get skills. So I just wanted to get as much skills, didn't care about the pay. I just wanted to gain a lot of skills. And that's actually been my biggest advantage because, now moving forward to a lot of the companies, I normally was the kind of employee who knew everything already and was already ahead of the game. Now, adding and layering on the different industries, that made me extremely flexible, also very marketable in terms of my skills. Also, I lost a lot of fear because it didn't matter the industry. My skill sets were strong and I knew how to immediately jump into any chaotic environment with no problem. Very little stress. Some of that stress level, you tend to think about it if you correlate it to probably what I went through as a childhood. I think my nervous system was just set up more to carry more stress, and I was able to just transmute a lot of my environments always positively. So if anything, corporate was very, I would say, if I looked at it from like a perspective of everything I've gone through, I would say corporate was the easiest thing I've ever gone through on a scale of life experiences and difficulty. But it doesn't say that corporate was not difficult because, being a Latina working into a corporate and like moving your way up was definitely challenging. Being taken seriously was challenging, and that I will leave it for another video for those who want to hear more about just how to rise up and just kind of what I had to do for myself to get up there. But it was extremely stressful. I think what I definitely learned, it was that I burned myself out at the end with learning so much, knowing so much. And it's not so much because I did so much because the work itself was easy. It was more a lot of personality differences, and just the higher you go up in the corporate ladder and in management, I think especially once you meet up at the management level and reach that point, you're gonna have the obstacles of a lot of competitiveness, type A personalities, and it's gonna create a lot of different competition for you, and navigating that space wasn't always the easiest, especially as authentic as I was and how much integrity I cared for. I would say that was probably the most challenging part. And then eventually this is where I end up today, where I am talking about also my sabbatical, because then I decided to then leave corporate, leave the 9-to-5, and move on to relaxing a little bit and taking some time off. Now, I had to obviously plan for that. I had to save for that, and that we could talk on another video what took me to that and what I had to do to get there to save for that. But I decided to take a short sabbatical to really recharge and group on my next steps in my life. Now, I've always wanted to join YouTube. That was always a dream of mine, and I knew I had a passion in it. So here I am, right, embarking in this passion and also embracing this challenge that I've joined. If you guys saw my first video about the 12-week year, I incorporated this challenge as one of my goals. So this is definitely one of my goals in me incorporating this channel into my life and just telling my story. And eventually we'll get into more on the nitty gritty of the channel as we go. But I really wanted the introduction for you guys in terms of connecting with me, because I think that's important, where we're able to connect with our subscribers, and something for the people who come to my channel to have a video to kind of first get to know me or have some level of understanding of what my background was. So taking the sabbatical has been a really amazing break that I needed. I will be entering the market, on a consulting basis back, and it's something I'm actually fine with, because again, there's so much benefits I do get from that, in addition to this YouTube channel that I will be incorporating in my life. But this time I am working in a different work and life balance, and I want that to look real life for all of you on what that looks like, still being in management role in corporate, but then yet embracing your hobbies, embracing your passions, and embracing a journey, because not everything is overnight. Again, I've been doing it for 20 years, so I'm not a shy girl. I didn't mention my age. I am actually going to be 43 in a week, and this is something I definitely wanted to give myself. I think your career starts at any point, and it took me a long time to make this decision. So I'm glad I finally just jumped in and did it. My honey has been telling me for the longest, just jump in and do it. You've always got so much to talk about. So it's why I decided just go ahead and jump in and do it. So I'm glad for everyone to join me on this journey. I will be giving more information about where this channel is going to be going in the next coming videos. In the next video, I do want to talk about, just so you know what my next video would be, is going to be actually what we talked about a little bit here. I'll probably go more in depth, but give me some comments below. It's going to be making it in corporate and just my perspective of what it was, just so you get a little bit more of a background of what that looks like, and my finance career and stuff, and how it led me to here. But I feel like that's going to be, it needs kind of its own video on its own, because it's not the easiest conversation. And I think it's going to be relatable for a lot of people who are starting up and probably want to find a niche or start something on the side and just haven't had the courage to do so. For a long time, I didn't do this side hustle that I've been embarking in, because I really did enjoy my career, and but I'm at a place where I'm also transitioning, which, as I say, every season is different. And I think the beauty about your seasons is that you get to embrace a different version of yourself. I also know that we're in a place and in a time where branding your identity is extremely important now. Everything is changing. And I think also the other thing to embrace is how skills are changing. Back then it was the whole college concept or whatever, but I think we're back at trades and trade skills and different kind of skills as well, that I think are very valuable. And me seeing it, especially in the business world, especially working in retail, how trade skills have become even more marketable. You normally hire more consultants on the side anyway for a lot of other skills that we needed, especially on the marketing end of things. And that's where a lot of the company spending would embark in, and joining a lot of influencers, a lot of company spending was there as well. Companies have to spend more on Facebook ads because of how marketing strategies have changed drastically. So seeing all these movements in business, obviously gives me a realistic approach on how we all have to expand our skills no matter what. And I want to just give everyone kind of the idea of at what pace that looks like, because we all have a different pace in mind, and some of us may suffer from the analysis paralysis and just don't take that leap and don't take that jump. But here I am, full-blown example of what that's gonna look like. So come along, join me on this journey as you guys watch me grow. And of course, please, feel free to ask me more questions. I hope this little quick video of just, how I got where I'm at, and the skills that I'm going to bring in, especially on a financial level, and how that ties, most importantly, guys, on a financial level, but how that ties into our seasons of life and how we have to plan, because not all of us have, an inheritance or a push up in life. And sometimes it could just be an emotional block that we're having. And then some of us find ourselves spending in ways we don't need to be spending. And it's understanding how to really regulate yourself and your emotions and your finances together to be able to provide you the peace of mind you consistently need throughout your life. And that is my goal in this channel, is to help you understand why those two are always needed, and how any setback or season in your life is not going to impact you in the way that it normally would if you didn't give it its time and energy or care, even on those low seasons where you might not feel energetically okay. And and then on those seasons where you feel amazing and you're ready to go off, but it helps you kind of let those ups and downs be a little more slower slopes and leveled out slopes versus a big down, a big up, even though I think the valuable lessons always come from the big downs. And sometimes we need it. The human condition always needs to kind of fall head first, I guess. And at the same time, it's just the key here is, how do we pick ourselves up from those moments in time where we fall head first? Like, what do we do? What do we need to do for ourselves? What do we need to hold ourselves accountable? What are those steps that we need to do to move to the next level in our life and to wake up out of some of these slumps we fall in? So again, come join me on my channel. Again, like, share, subscribe. Click that notification button to see my next coming videos, getting to know me more and what this journey is going to be ahead. Watch me doing the 12-week year challenge as well. Come join me on what the results will be like by end of March when I'm done with my first 12-week year challenge that I'm on as well. So thank you for stopping by, and I will see you guys in the next video. Love you so much, and take care.